welcome back to another Jazzcast. As promised, it's a double header this weekend with Andy Anderson the other night there. We hope you enjoyed that. As you can see, we're joined by Donners 32, Alan Fraser number 7, and a return of Mr. Jags 365. He's made it.
Just about.
Listen, I don't know how Freddie's pulling this one off, but man, seriously, needing a haircut. Me and you, Donald, we're the same.
I didn't want to tell you, but yeah.
I'm starting to look like Terry Wogan.
And as you can see, welcome back to Freddie France. Great to see you, Freddie. How are you?
I'm brilliant. Thanks for having me, guys. Really good to see you guys as well.
So what we'll do is we'll briefly kind of go through the start of your career at Lierse, into the Thistle stuff, and obviously we'll talk about a wee bit the sort of that stuff, Dundee United, and then obviously find out what's happening back in Belgium at Beerschot.
Okay. Yeah.
So a 6-year-old kid joins Lierse, 19 years there. Your debut as a sub 17-year-old in January 2007. You were capped at under 18, under 19, under 20 for the national team. Your first goal against Charleroi. But I'm more interested about this other one. A hat-trick in 2008.
Somebody messed with my Wikipedia page. A hat-trick? Never.
I don't ever remember reading about that.
Not even in training, mate.
We'll come to that. But it was quite funny looking back. There was 2 things I noticed, Freddie, was part for your progression through, you became club captain, but you did suffer a lot with injuries, and you weren't shy with a red card or 2 in your career early on, were you?
Yeah, especially when I was young. I was a bit of a hothead.
Yeah.
I wasn't really nice, but I got better. I got much quieter, and next to the pitch, I'm actually all right.
Freddie, we always played as a centre half growing up as a young boy and going through with Lierse for so long, or were you playing in different positions throughout your career?
No, to be honest, I've always played centre half. You see many boys who played like almost everywhere, but I've been a centre half since I was 5. I mean, I was probably when I was 5, I was probably bigger than the boys of 8. So they put me in the back.
Yeah.
So you also, of course, married the lovely Valerie in 2013 as well. But the kind of end of your time at Lierse, it was kind of soured a bit because of the owners, wasn't it?
Yeah. So like you say, I was so long in Lierse, and I had a great time. But then obviously the last season I was there before I joined Thistle, the owner, we had an Egyptian owner. He bought the club a few years ago, and in the beginning he was brilliant. He invested a lot in the club. He invested in Belgian boys, but then because the results weren't really coming, he starts bringing over like Egyptian players, African players. So there was a moment in time we had like almost 10 or 12 Egyptian players, an Egyptian coach, everything. So the club it wasn't Lierse anymore. It was a different club, So, and then obviously, I had a disagreement with him because I had 1 more year on my contract, and I wanted to let it run down because I wanted to try something new, and also because Lierse was with all those foreign players. Nothing against them, but it's my hometown club, and we were with 2 or 3 Belgian guys, so that's a bit strange, at home. So, and then he said to the coach, the Egyptian one, like, okay, this guy isn't playing anymore. So, and obviously because I had a decent deal, I just let run down my contract, and I was like, okay, you know what? He can say, I'm not playing, but in a few weeks he'll need me, and then he will play me anyway. Obviously that never happened. So I didn't play for a full season. And then I ended up in Thistle. So it wasn't really nice to leave Lierse like this, but that's how football goes,
It sounds like the Vladimir Romanov of Belgian football there, doesn't it? We're finding a common theme here, Freddie, that people's mental health seems to be messed with by ownership in football. There seems to be a lot of situations off the field that are affecting young football players. How did that affect you a year not playing?
Yeah. I mean, they treat you like you're just a number, for me, it affected me a lot because it was my hometown club. For me, I played there since I was 5 years old. So I wanted to stay there forever, actually. But then because of all the things that happened, I wanted to move on. And but then because I couldn't play for a full season, obviously it's not nice. You see the boys playing every week, and you can't play. Even in training sessions, they put me on the side, like to how you say, to annoy me. So yeah, what age was I? 24. It was hard, yeah, really hard.
Yeah.
Just to try to stay focused as well on football, because there comes a time where you go to a new club and you need to be fit, you need to be sharp, and but you can't train properly, so it's hard.
Yeah. What about the move to Thistle? Because I know there'd been talks with Leeds United. You had talks with Leeds United as well. That would by what happened there with their owner. That would be almost jumping out the frying pan into the fire.
Yeah. So obviously, I played with Charlie Miller, the ex-Rangers player, and so through him I got in contact with his agent, his Scottish agent, John Viola. And he arranged me, he was looking for a club then in Scotland and England for me. And he arranged a trial at Leeds United. So I was there for 2 weeks. And to be honest, it was brilliant. I mean, they treated me really well, everything. And then after the 2 weeks, I played 2 friendlies. And the coach, it was David Hockaday. People were saying at the time it was a strange appointment because he came from like 5th or 6th division in England. So, but he really liked me and he wanted to sign me. So John Viola, the agent, called me and he's like, yeah, they're gonna offer you a contract. So tomorrow morning, the driver picks you up in the hotel, drive you to training, you can sign your deal. So I was buzzing, from Belgium to Leeds United, massive club. And the next morning, so I go to breakfast and the driver comes. And I see 2 other boys joining me with the driver. I'm like, yeah, who is this, And there were 2 Italian boys. I saw them at breakfast already, and I was like, new players? Not sure. So the owner was Italian as well. It was Cellino. I think he's now the owner of Brescia, or I'm not sure. Or Bari, one of the team. Yeah. Yeah, the team of Balotelli. There, because he's in a conflict with Balotelli now as well, I read. So, shock. Who is it?
Nothing new there.
So yeah, I get into the taxi and I was curious. So I asked the boys like, where are you from and what you gonna do here? And they were like, yeah. So I'm Italian. I'm also Italian. Oh yeah, we're both center backs. And I was like, you're both center backs. Okay. So I take my phone and I start texting the agent like, what is going on here? There's 2 Italian center backs in my car. So obviously he starts phoning the club and blah, blah, blah. And then I end up in the club. I have to come to the office of Hockaday and he's like, yeah, Freddie, the owner signed yesterday evening 2 Italian center backs behind my back. So, and they were like, yeah, but you can stay for another few weeks if you want. But at the moment, we're not signing because we got enough center backs. And so strange situation again. But that owner as well was crazy also. I remember there were boys who were like born on the 17th of the month or something. And they weren't allowed to play or not even around the squad. I think it was Paddy Kenny, the goalkeeper or something. And he had to be like, away from the team because it brings bad luck. Also, if your star sign, because the day before when I was still signing, he wanted my star sign, he wanted my day of birth, all those things just to find out probably if the stars are good for my transfer. I don't know.
That's absolutely crazy. I mean, what is the superstition about being born on the 17th? I've never even heard of it.
It's something Italian apparently. So also like when they had a game on the 17th, he was wearing, I'm not sure, I think it was purple he had to wear. So it was, because purple is also negative, and then negative plus negative becomes positive.
Positive. Yep.
So
So basically,
his stuff.
if Leeds had a game in the 17th, he was coming to the game as Barney and the dinosaur. Brilliant.
I'm not sure if it was purple or something, but yeah, it was. It had some. He had to like cancel out the negative with another negative, so it would be positive. You know.
I think you had a lucky escape there, to be honest. And actually, sharing the taxi with the other two guys that were signing, what's that about? I mean, really?
Crazy, yeah? Can you imagine being like, you think like, oh, I'm signing the deal of my life here, and then you see, two centre backs. Hi, nice to meet you guys. So,
Well,
but
Leeds-
you know what? What?
Carry on, Freddie.
Sorry, I didn't hear. Yeah, you know what? In the end, I was gutted, and I had to go to Belgium back for a few weeks, and then there were other things coming up in the next week. So I was a bit scared, you know, at the time, because I didn't play for a full season because of the Egyptian owner. I missed that transfer as well. And another story: a few weeks before Leeds United, a Belgium agent had sent me to Poland. That was another story. So they sent me to Poland. They said like, oh, this is the deal, 2-year deal, really good money. I was like, oh, this is crazy. So I went there with another Belgian guy, and they were like, yeah, you just need to do medical tests, and it's okay. So I arrive in Poland. A guy picks us up from the airport. He drives 200 miles an hour through the small roads of Poland. I thought I was going to die. So, and then he drives us somewhere far away in the woods, and me and the other guy were sitting next to each other, and we're like, nah, they're gonna kill us, huh? Or I don't know. So we end up somewhere on a training camp. Suddenly they say like, oh yeah, 1 week training camp, you have to prove yourself. So again, phoning the agent, what is this? I thought it was just medical test and signing the contract. So obviously we wanted to leave straight away. They didn't let us leave, huh? So it was trouble everywhere. And then after 2 or 3 days, they let us go.
Oh,
and then obviously after Leeds, I came back home, and then I was like, wow, nothing's going to happen here, you know? So, yeah.
I take to John and Charlie that the move to Thistle came about in October. Well, it's October 2014 you signed the 3. It was a short-term deal, wasn't it, up until the Christmas?
I think until the 2nd of January I signed, I think.
Yeah.
Because I think the 1st or something we still played Celtic. So it was after that game, I think. So, and so I think Charlie and the Gaffa, they played together in Dundee United, I think.
That's right,
Yeah.
Yeah, and so they knew each other, and then Charlie was always phoning him, I got a player from Belgium, I played with him, so please give him a chance, give him a trial. And yeah, Archie accepted, so, and they brought me over, and the rest is history.
Freddie, can I ask, around about that time, it was quite a monumental time for our country in Scotland. We just went through the independence referendum.
I remember it.
You know, and you came into Scotland. Do you have much recollection of that? Were you aware of that at the time, coming from Belgium?
I was a little bit aware, but I didn't know a lot, you know. So people started telling me more when I was there. But before I came, I didn't know too much about it, no. I'm not going to lie, I didn't know in general too much about Scotland.
Yeah. Quite a culture shock coming from Belgium then, because different style of football, obviously, as well.
Yeah, but to be honest, at Partick Thistle, I never experienced that way, you know, like, because I thought with Archie, we played really good football. Even in training, I was like, this is good, you know. He wanted us to play football. He build up from the back. So obviously, then you come up against other teams that you see it's different. But in general, I thought I liked it.
We're having a look at some of your teammates in that first season. Obviously, made your debut against St Johnstone, but we had Ryan Stevenson, Callum Higginbottom, Chris Doolan, Stevie Lawless in the team. There was a lot of flair going forward, and you can see that watching some of the highlights that we're going to show, there was some great football getting played. What was your recollection of some of those players?
To be honest, especially the first season, even the second season, I remember so good. I mean, the boys who were there were all brilliant. I still speak to like maybe 80% of them. So that tells you a lot, like what type of group that was. Most of the boys were already there before in the championship, and I think they had a great time together. They won the league together, all together, and you could see they were like really tight. So and obviously as a new boy, it's not easy to come in, you think, but these boys were so easy. They were so nice. They were like, I mean, I had a great bond with Stephen O'Donnell, with James Cragen, Conrad Balatoni. They made me all so welcome, and yeah, all of those boys. I mean, I can probably name the full team that I still have contact with. So yeah. And then like you say, going forward, I mean, Duels was. I thought I never seen a better first touch than Duels in my life, I think.
Really?
And to be honest, Steve-O was a good player. I liked Steve-O. He's a special character, but in a good way. He was a really nice person, actually. But he, obviously, maybe from outside it looked different. But I liked him, and I thought he was a brilliant player as well. So I was like, okay, this is pretty good, this team.
And what about like Higginbottom and Lawless? What was it like for them having them? Because they were quite dynamic players, weren't they?
Yeah, I mean, I would say Lawless was typical Scottish boy. He was like the way he spoke. I had to listen to him 5 times before I understood what he was telling me. And then Higginbottom, he was the lovely guy, but he was the angry guy on the pitch, always shouting, always on the other players. He wanted to win. So yeah, both of them were actually really good players. They had something special, And I think for especially Lawless, if you can see what kind of career he's having, I think he's having a very decent career, no?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you made your debut against St Johnstone. It was 0-0. Then the following 2 games, we went to Parkhead and Hamilton, and we conceded 9 goals. Then we came back in the team against St Mirren, and we won 1-0. So that was a bit of a common theme there for a team that conceded goals. Freddie comes in and we keep a clean sheet.
Yeah, I think I remember a stat, something like I was the first player since I don't know what year that could keep 2 clean sheets in his debut, in his first 2 games or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then I think the first goal I conceded was against Aberdeen, a penalty kick. So yeah, I was good at really good at it. But it's good. I mean, it was good that I came in and I could keep these clean sheets, because as a defender, I mean, that's how you can show yourself.
Yeah.
It tends to be a recurring theme as well. Like for that, pretty much that season, if you dropped out for injury or the suspension or anything, every time you did come back in the team, every time you returned from a spell out, there was a clean sheet.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, that's good for me, Yeah, no, I mean, we're pretty attacking team. So yeah, I think I was brought in to get those clean sheets, so I tried to do that. Yeah. But it's not only because of me, I thought I had a great connection with Conrad. I thought he was fantastic. Stephen O'Donnell, great player as well. And then obviously like Abdul in front of us, Banzo. I thought they were really hardworking midfielders. So it was, like I said, the group was so close and so good together that it was easy to play in there.
Donald, you were going to say something.
Yeah, just while I was doing a bit of research the other day, Freddie, I noticed you'd said earlier about coming through Lierse, you've been playing centre-back basically the entire time. But there was a game where we decided to try and play at right-back, which didn't really work out particularly well on the result. You conceded an own goal. You did score though, so it balanced up. It was good. But also left back that day was debutant James Penrice.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering, like how it sort of came about that you ended up playing right back that day. Was it just injuries and stuff, or?
I think it was late in the season, and it was against Dundee United, and I think there were a lot of injuries. I think it was my second season. And I think there was Gus Miller was injured. Christie was injured, I think. So, and I remember the gaffer coming up to me and it's like, you want to play, it's okay if you want to play right back. I was like, yeah, okay, why not, you know? And to be honest, we conceded 3, but I didn't really play a bad game, you know? After 2 minutes, I scored. I was like, I'm the Belgian Cafu here. I don't know. And the funny thing, it's like you say, it was Penrith with a corner, and I scored from his corner. So, and then I think second half, I make an own goal, but to be honest, I think it was a corner of them. And I think the ball just goes over Liam's head and it touches my side and goes in, I think. So, but it was a lovely game. I loved it going up and down. So, yeah, I wouldn't do it every week, you know. It would make me tired. But
you'd signed a contract extension as well in actually December before your deal was up. So that took you through to 2016. And then, of course, the following month, you scored your first goal against Kilmarnock in a 2-each draw.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, it was a lovely goal. Great goal. I mean, really attacking positionals. Yeah, feeling. You know, now if you see the goal, you can see like I was sleeping actually. Yeah, I think that the ball gets cleared and everybody almost moves up, and I'm just sleeping and I'm just staying there. And then Declan shots to the goal, and I deviated into the goal. So great touch.
Well, luckily, some of the defenders were sleeping as well.
Oh, very lucky. To be honest, when I scored it, I was like, I'm 100% offside here. But then,
you must,
lucky.
You must have thought you would have been, right enough.
Yeah.
Superb. And then your second goal, I was going to actually say just before the Ross County game, we played Aberdeen at Pittodrie, and you played against one of your former teammates, Lawrence Shankland. I think it was the only time Lawrence Shankland played against us, so he didn't score that day. When he was only against Aberdeen, do you remember that?
Yeah, was it in Aberdeen?
It was nothing each, yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember it very good, that game, because at the end there was a moment that I want to clear the ball, and the striker, I'm not sure if I think
Johnny
it was
Hayes.
Niall McGee or Johnny Hayes. Yeah, he nicks it in front of me, and he almost goes 1-against-1 with the goalkeeper, but because his leg was high, the referee gave a free kick. So I was like, I was so happy because his leg was high, but okay. So but I played it well. I went down. I pretended I was hurt so bad, and it ended up 0-0 draw, and I think the fans weren't happy of Aberdeen.
Well, they're never happy up there anyway, even when they win.
I know, and I think one of your favourite memories must be your second goal against Ross County, which was a big day for us as a club when we almost secured a place in the division. Yeah,
I think that was a great game. I remember, the goal obviously, but I remember also perfect the goal of Stephen O'Donnell that he made. That was a brilliant goal as well that day. So I thought we played really well that day, and the goal is, like I said, this is the first time I shot in a game to the goal in my life. So and it went in like this. So brilliant.
Had you never thought about shooting before?
I can't remember actually.
Getting that far up the park.
But to be honest, you can see even in the eyes of my teammates when I make the goal, all of them are like, no, don't shoot, pass the ball. And then you see it's a goal. I think even Archie and Scott Patterson, they were probably thinking, what is he doing?
Don't hit it.
Yeah. So sometimes you need to take a risk,
absolutely brilliant goal. What a strike it was.
Yeah, the good thing is that it stays low, and it gets some speed. So yeah, it's good. I mean, it was general good play as well. I mean, I think the ball comes from the side, Banzo, I step in, Banzo plays it between, and great goal.
And there must have been some repetition of that training the week afterwards, yes?
So yeah, Raymond knows that as well because he was there at the training. So like I said, I never shoot to the goal. But obviously everybody next week on training was like, Freddie, that's a lucky goal. You can never do this again in your life. So what happens in training, we're playing a game and I'm getting the ball even from further and I shoot again and it's even a better goal. It went top corner
That's right. It was
Unbelievable goal. And I think I ran like 3 or 4 victory laps around the pitch, and everybody was laughing. And so, and from that day, I stopped kicking the ball to the goal. I don't know why, but we do it more often.
Brilliant.
When we move into the second season, came away to Hamilton, and 9 minutes in, and you're showing a red card. What's going through in your head? Because at that point, Liam had just come into the team, and Jack was about as well, young Jack as well. And it was very, and you were the experienced man.
Yeah.
I remember the tackle and saying it at the time, because it was also the first time we ever did a commentary on a game. It was the audio commentary at that time. And I had to go 90 minutes. Nobody with me at that point, because it was so early. And I'm thinking, how am I going to describe the fact we're going to get pummeled here by Hamilton in this rotten pitch, and we've just lost our most experienced defender?
I know, but it was actually a very difficult pre-season. I mean, I think I was the only defender who stayed fit for every training and full pre-season, because I think Liam was injured for like 2 weeks or something during the pre-season. Then Seaborn was injured all pre-season. Even Jack was injured a few times. So I remember I played with everybody literally 1 or 2 games, and I played every preseason game. I played 90 minutes. And then I think in one of the last game, maybe, was it against Wigan?
Yeah.
That a preseason game that I played with Jack. And Jack did really well. And in the other games, Liam did also really well. And then obviously the game comes against Hamilton. And I think Liam started next to me, I think, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, Liam,
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, crazy. I was so pumped up for a new season. I was so ready. And, because I felt great. I had maybe one of my best pre-seasons ever. And I remember also in pre-season scoring a few goals away to, where was it? Somewhere close to Southampton.
Eastleigh. I was
Eastleigh.
there.
Yeah, I got a picture with you in Eastleigh.
Yeah.
So everything was like ready to perform a brilliant season, and then things like this happen. You know, I remember the first tackle. I think I slipped a bit because it was a little bit wet, and then the second one, I didn't see the guy really coming. He goes over my leg. I thought the second yellow card was a bit harsh. But I felt so bad for the team. I mean, I felt so bad for Archie. I always felt like, especially to Archie, because he gave me such a massive chance to come to Scotland, I always had to do well for him, you know. But that day I felt so bad. But in the end, it was a great day for the club as well, because they put Jack in my place, and Liam and Jack were fantastic. I think
they were amazing, and we were all really worried, you know, when you went off. But it was, how early in the game was it? About 10, 12 minutes, something like that?
Something like that.
17
But those two did magnificently for that whole game, and we held out and got a point. It was a good start to the season, really, under the circumstances, you know.
And it was brilliant.
It was also a good start for your mucker, the goalkeeper, who came in that day as well, eh?
For Thomas.
Yeah.
That was his first game as well.
Yeah, it was his first game. Yeah. Because Fox left to Ross County, and then they brought in Thomas. Yeah.
That's right.
Do you know, just on, you mentioned Thomas, you mentioned Scott Fox. We're looking, you had like some really good goalkeepers around you in your career at Thistle. You had Fox, Cherny, Gallagher and Scully going on the spot. Who was the best?
Oof.
It's hard. I would probably say Cherny, but you're gonna say it's your friend. So I think on his line, Cherny was unbelievable. Like his reflexes and stuff, he was unbelievable. But then, Fox was really good as well. The first season I was there, but Gallagher was good as well.
Yeah. I know it was experience. Obviously, come in as a coach as well. You know.
Yeah. I love, because I remember the first season, Foxy got injured a few times, and then Paul came always in, and Paul was fantastic. I mean, he was leading the defense. He was talking all the time. With his feet, he was really good. And even though he was older, I thought his reflexes on the line and stuff were also really good. So yeah, very good goalkeeper. Scully was a good goalkeeper as well. I didn't play so much with him, I think, maybe at the end. But yeah, I would say Czerny. I think Czerny had, he could take every ball.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. I agree. I think he was the best at the time.
And he also speaks very highly of you. We had him on a couple of weeks ago, and he loves you. He loved having you in front of him. You know what I mean? For that extra protection.
I've seen the podcast. Yeah, we hit it off straight away. So yeah, I mean, I've even stayed a few times at his house. When my wife was in Belgium, I would go to his house sometimes to stay there. So I wasn't alone. And we were always together all the time. Even now when I played at Dundee United and with Aberdeen, they come to the Apex Hotel there in Dundee for food, always before the game. Then I would go there and have a coffee with him. And we would keep in contact all the time.
And of course, it would be a healthy buffet with Thomas Czerny. He's a very clean eater, isn't he?
Yeah. He's a very good professional, you know.
Did you ever go picking strawberries with him?
No, never. No, he's a great guy overall. He's fantastic character. Lovely family as well.
Yeah. And of course, it turned out it was a good season for Thistle because we secured our status well in advance, really. You know, compared to some seasons, you know.
Yeah.
To finish, and of course, we also finished with more points than 6th place that season. Although we finished 8th.
I remember.
Hamilton, I think they finished with more as well when they were 7th.
Yeah, I think that was it the last game of the regular season that we had to take a point or something in Ross County to get to top 6, and we lost, I think. Yeah.
That's right.
I got it that day, but yeah, it was a good season, I think, in general. You know, you could see Thistle was progressing every year a little bit. You know, like they were doing it steady and yeah.
See, when we brought in Lyle Taylor on loan, did you see that making a big difference to the team, that having that player?
That was the first season. I thought that was a massive difference. The first season I was there, when I joined, we were really good, like passing the ball and playing, and but I never thought we were like scoring goals we deserved, and we always had, like, how you say, we had rather more small players up front, like Duels, Lawless, and never really had that in some games where you need like to go a little bit more physical. And with Lyle, he came in then in January and he gave us something different. You know, I remember also like Aberdeen away and stuff. He gave them a horrible time, the defenders. So the team benefited of him. You know, he was really, really good striker.
Yeah. Have you been surprised to see the success he's made himself in England? I know he's getting a bit of bad press just now, isn't he? But, you know, he looks like a complete striker now, doesn't he?
Yeah, to be honest, I follow him on Instagram and stuff, and I always look. It sounds stupid, but you look at every weekend. You look at live score, and you look at the teams where you know that players that you played with play. So I always look at Charlton. Okay, did Lyle score? Oh yeah, Lyle scored again. You know, so I think he's done fantastic. I mean, I thought he was really good at Thistle, but I never thought he would be like, because now I hear talks of Rangers and Galatasaray or something. I read.
And English Premiership clubs as well.
I've never thought he would make it to that level, but fair play to him. You know, he always worked hard. He had every attribute. He was fast. He was strong. He could score a goal. So he had a bit of character as well. So yeah.
Don't worry, he'll not be coming to Rangers. That's for sure. He's better than that.
Talking about likes of Lyle, Freddie, and you know, Duels, you know, and being able to stretch teams, is it? I take it that's got to be good from a defender's point of view. That you get a breather, that you know that the ball can be taken away for a little while, and you guys can move up the pitch and sort of get out your areas.
100%. I mean, every team I've been in, when we have a good defensive record, it also comes because we have somebody up front who can relieve the pressure of the defense, you know, because a few times at Thistle, and also now when I was at Dundee United, for example, we were always decent, good, but we never scored a goal. So you would come, or we score maybe one, where it should have been 2-3-0, and we score one, or we don't score, and then at the end, you know how football goes, you concede because the pressure comes, and that's no excuse as a defender or anything, but it helps a lot, you know, if you have also like a player like Lyle, where you could kick the ball away and he would make it a ball, you know, so it would relieve the pressure and you could move up, you know, so away from your goal.
I was going to say, in the second season you played with Matthias Pogba, didn't you?
Yeah.
So bit of a drop in standard from Lyle Taylor,
Yeah, Matthias was lovely guy, great guy for the group. He was, but he was injured all the time as well. So I can't really judge him, you know, as a player, because maybe the longest I've seen him play was 2 weeks in a row, maybe. So like he never reached the heights of Lyle. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Too much dancing. Did you ever meet his brother Paul come to training? I heard some rumours he did.
Yeah, he came once to training. We were training in Lesser Hamden. And then he was there. Suddenly Paul was there next to the pitch. So he must have been thinking, what is this?
Yeah, Donald.
Yeah, just on training there, I was just going to ask, did you notice any sort of differences in training, like between like Belgium and Scotland, and what was that like?
I would say like in Belgium, trainings would be longer and a little bit slower, and it would be more tactical, and we would train more. And in Scotland, it would be more like shorter and sharper. So like we would train 1 hour and a half, but like game tempo, you know, like full power. And then always you have the Sunday, Wednesday off in Scotland. That's really their big tradition there. In Belgium, never. You maximum have 1 day off. So yeah, it's those are small differences, but I would say the most difference is like the intensity and the tactic. Like in Belgium, we would spend more time on tactics.
Yeah. Would you see many fights in training because of the intensity being high?
Fights is a big word, but like people would stand face to face, you know, nose to nose. But like really fight, I've seen 2 times a fight in my life, but it was never in Scotland. So
well, of course, the end of the sort of 2016 year contract was up, and sad for Old Thistle fans, sad for us, you returned to Belgium, but was there a deal sort of there?
So obviously I wanted to stay, actually. I really wanted to stay because I loved it. I loved everything about it. You know, I loved the Gaffa, I loved the players, I loved the city, the fans. But that second season, I struggled a bit with a few injuries. So, and the Gaffa was completely honest with me. He was like, "Oh, Freddie, we want to keep you." So they gave me an offer, but the offer was, let's say, I'm not sure anymore, but like 20-30% lower. So, and then also the pound became lower as well. So let's say if in the beginning when I joined, if I would send £1,000 to Belgium, it would be almost 1,500 euros, whereas at the end it would be like 1,200. But every £1,000 difference of it sounds stupid, but it makes a big difference.
No, it does. It definitely does.
So obviously, then they gave the lower offer, completely correct, because I believe that I didn't do enough, especially because of injuries, to stay on the same wage. So I agreed with the Gaffa. And then I took some time to think. So I went back to Belgium, but obviously but still with the plan of like, I'm going to go back. I'm going to sign for Thistle. I understand the new deal. And we were still negotiating, maybe like, it sounds stupid, but £50 a week more or something, things like this. Or a clean sheet bonus in it. And we were still in the negotiation. But then suddenly, like, the coach who brought me through in Liers, he became the head coach again in Liers, and he phoned me and he was like, the Egyptian owner gave me carte blanche. I can do what I want. I can create a new team again with I want to bring back you, and then a few other names he was saying, like who had to go away because of the Egyptian as well. So I was like, okay, that sounds good, you know. And then I'm not gonna lie, they gave me a really good contract. They gave me a good contract. It was home. Somehow it felt like unfinished business as well, to prove myself again. And then obviously, being home, you don't have to pay for 2 households, because living in Glasgow was expensive as well. And it's not like at our level that we're earning crazy money to say like, it doesn't matter, you know. So everything together, I was like, okay, I need to do this back in Belgium. And I felt like I had unfinished business in Lierse. So I was good at seeing, to be honest, you can ask Valerie, I was very bad about it. I even phoned, I remember I phoned Scott Patterson, I phoned Archie, I phoned Maxi, and I literally cried with the 3 of them on the phone. Like, because I felt so, it felt like a good part of my life that was ending, you know? So, but okay, that's football. And it's like I said, it's not like we're earning crazy money at this level that, then the small difference you can, you have to choose them as well. Plus the fact of being home as well.
What was it then that brought you back to Scottish football? Because you took good years at Lierse, and obviously, as you well know, with social media these days, everybody's going, right, come home, Freddie, come home. But then it's Dundee United suddenly, and we're going, how did that happen?
So in Lierse, I had actually 2 fantastic seasons. I think never I was injured. I played from the 90 games or something, I played 88 games. I was captain. I was, I proved myself again to like the unfinished business. I did it, like I was happy with it. But the last 6 months, we got into trouble again with the club. So we didn't get paid. The club was struggling financially. So the Egyptian owner, because he didn't want to put money anymore in the club, he wanted to sell it. But obviously he was asking crazy money to sell the club. Nobody was buying it. So we ended up like not getting paid for 1 month. Then he pays like after 6 weeks too late. And then the next month we're not getting paid again. So at the end, around March, we were like, no, this is not happening. You know, it's not coming good. And then, the club went bankrupt. So he left, the club is finished. So, and that was it. Suddenly, like, we weren't paid for since February that year, I think. So, everybody was a free player. So out of nowhere, everybody was a free player. And then I had some options in Belgium, but because I was scared, you know. I was because we weren't paid for 4 or 5 months, and Dundee United were really, really pushing, really. So we were like, decent club, you know. We like Scotland, very good contract, and we were scared, like, what's going to happen? I've been in a club now where I haven't been paid for 5 months, and it was also like another chance to try something again, you know. So in football, you get a chance to try new cultures, to try different stuff. So we jumped on it, and
And of course, one of your first games was against Thistle, wasn't it? And you were outstanding that day.
I think we won 3-0, no?
Yeah.
But to be honest,
you were on it.
But I remember, to be honest, there was a chance to come back to Thistle as well. But I think I had 3 options in Scotland, and it was Ross County, Dundee United, and Partick Thistle. And but from Thistle, I never really got an offer on paper. They just asked me what the offers from Ross County and Dundee United were, and then they just said like, we're not gonna make that even halfway. So they never really made the offer, but the interest was there, you know. And like you say, on social media, it was unbelievable. Like, I was like, okay, I only played for you guys 2 years, but still, how nice you are to me, and how you want me back. And I love that, you know. That was crazy.
I think that the one thing, Freddie, is for all it was only 2 years, you were such a cult hero with Thistle, and you were one of the players that even against Dundee United, Thistle fans applauded you, and you always. I think that just endeared you even more was the fact that you used to always come when you played against us. You came to the Thistle fans.
Yeah, why not?
just such a mutual respect.
Yeah, why not? I mean, Thistle it's 2 years of my career, but it's been massive, you know, because I was nowhere. I literally, because I wasn't playing for a full season in Lierse, it was, like if Thistle didn't take me, like you said, it was in October they took me. I'm scared. Like I had options in Belgium, but like horrible teams, like second division and not really great and stuff. So, you know how it goes in football. If you don't play for one season, they're like, there are 100 other different players we can take, you know, who play. So Thistle saved me in a way, and they gave me a chance to come to a new country, which I love. Archie was fantastic. The chance he gave me, because in the end, look, it's a business where he needs to perform, Archie, and he gives chances to boys who are completely unknown. And I'll never forget that. You know, he gave me a massive chance. He took a chance on me. So and then with the fans, obviously from the first day, I think we connected. I think I'm easily approachable as well, like as a person. I like talking with people. I like you because maybe it's because I was at Liers. I was from my 5 years old. I was always in the stands as well. I was always a fan as well. I know how it is, you know, and like I know how people feel, and I try to connect in the same way. So when I came to Thistle, I tried to understand how you guys feel about the club and how the club is. I wanted to be 100% into it, you know. I don't want to be a passenger, you know. So, and I think that's what people like.
And you know, Freddie, it's probably testimony to you, because not all players who come back to play against us will get so much respect from the fans.
Especially when you go to United.
There's plenty of players that have come back and been booed, you know, and you certainly haven't one of them. And I think that's testimony to the way Thistle fans see you, and I hope they see that today.
I think it's also because I've never said a bad word. To be honest, I don't got a bad word about Thistle. And I always was honest, like with the contract as well. That's how football goes. Sometimes different things happen, but I think the respect always stays. And I think even when I played a few times then with Dundee United against Thistle. I always felt respect, so I love that.
Alan Fraser.
What was that? No, I'm just listening. I'm nearly in tears here. Listening to Freddie talking about his time at Thistle and how much he enjoyed it, and how it kind of saved his career in a way, you know, because he was out for so long before that, you know, and then he pushes on from there. I've got no problems with people signing for Dundee United for a better contract, especially if they've gone away first and then come back.
But to be honest, it's funny because I still speak to so many people of Thistle. It's crazy. Like, obviously, because of social media, you got so many options to speak to people. But for example, yesterday, the chef, Gordon, you know Gordon? He starts texting me. He starts texting me like, Freddie, how are you? So I always keep in touch. He even came to Belgium with his sons to watch a game. I still speak with, a lot of times with some, you know, maybe Colin Quinn on Twitter. I speak to him a lot. It's crazy. With so many people, I'm still in touch.
Have you got any bits of memorabilia still that you have?
Yeah. So I took them here with me ready. So obviously I got the first shirt. So I thought, I'm not gonna lie, I thought this was a fantastic shirt. I thought it was really good. And then one of the nicest things I still got, I got it from a fan. You see? So it's obviously it's Tintin, the Belgian Tintin, and he scores the goal in Ross County. So and they made a shirt of it, and I keep it here always. So those are things that I'll never get rid of them. You know.
You mean you don't have that black and pink shirt? No, you don't.
The camouflaged up.
This one.
No.
I've got that one.
You know?
I thought that'd have been your favourite.
Has it not got BFB in the back?
No. To be honest, the BFB, it's the best song ever a club sang for me in my full career. I like it.
Donald, what about yourself?
Sorry?
So with you, Donald?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I didn't have anything to ask.
All right, okay, I was just checking. Freddie, just to round it, kind of finish it off, I mean, you're now back in Belgium.
Yeah.
I know you started pre-season, was it yesterday?
Yeah, so we Thursday and Friday we had Friday, Saturday, sorry, we had medical tests. So we had the running test and the fat percentage test and stuff. And then today we're off, and tomorrow we start the pre-season.
So when is it looking as though the Belgian leagues start again then?
So you got another 15 minutes for a story? So obviously after Dundee United, I got back to Liers, the new Liers. So they started again, but I'm not gonna lie, I never felt good there because at Dundee United, I left. I think the 2nd of September, so very late, because obviously the new owner came in and Robbie Nielsen brought in a lot of new players. But to be honest, Robbie was great to me. I still speak to him. He phoned me yesterday for 20 minutes, Robbie Nielsen. So because of the UEFA B Scottish license, he's one of my tutors. So great guy. Great guy. But okay, that's not to the point. So I left to Leerse, and but it never felt great. You know, they started the club again, and I was like, you know what? I hope they start the club from in a good way. You know, like financially, like don't overspend, don't do crazy stuff. Be steady, just grow easy. But I came into a club that was in ruins, you know, like they were, how you say, I believe that I don't care if they weren't super professional but there were small things that I was like, I felt they didn't do enough to become back a good club. So, and then I was lucky in, and I never had a connection anymore because also, I don't know if you know the story, but not all the fans went to Liersen again. So they started actually 2 teams. It went to 2 teams. So you have like Lierse and Lira Lierse. So the fans are split as well. So it never got the same feeling again. And then I got lucky that Beerschot, the 1st of January, they phoned me and they were like, tomorrow we want you on the flight to Spain. And Beerschot is a pretty big club in Belgium. And I think they paid a pretty decent transfer fee for a 31-year-old. And then I started with them. And in the championship in Belgium, it's played in 2 periods. So you got 8 teams. So you play home and away. That's 1 period against every team. And then again, home and away. And that's the 2nd period. So 14 games. You need to win 1 period to play a promotion final.
Okay.
Right.
So what happened? Beerschot, they were terrible in the 1st period. Then I came and we almost won everything. I scored 2 times the winning goal against big teams. So I probably had the best 9 games of my career here. And so we won the 2nd period. So we played the final against Leuven. And Leuven is the team of Leicester. It's where Nigel Pearson was the coach.
Right.
And so we played the 1st game of the final at home. We win 1-0. So and then the next week we had the away game in Leuven. But then the day before, Corona breaks out. So we're stuck now in a situation where we need to play 1 more game to know if we stay down or we promote. So what happened in Belgium? Everybody was like, okay, no, it's 16 teams in the top league. We're gonna let both teams up, you know. So we're gonna go to 18 teams. And the day before the vote, somehow everything changed. So they stopped the league. Bruges is champion, everything, and no games have to be played anymore except our game. So we need to play the 2nd leg of the final, the 2nd of August. We need to play the 2nd leg. So we do now a pre-season for the 2nd leg of that final. And then the week after, the league starts. So that means we don't know yet. So it depends on our final. If we play the next week, we play Anderlecht, for example, or a championship team.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
and we thought Scottish football was mental.
Oh no, Belgium is horrible.
You're right.
I wouldn't mind been looking forward to playing that 1 game that we could have to actually stay up there.
100%. 100%. I mean, it's a shambles. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, but to be honest, same in Belgium. Like, there's one team that in the top league, so number 16 that goes down, they can still get saved as well because they also need one more game. So they're now taking it to trial and everything. So there's still a big chance in Belgium that that we're never gonna play the final game as well.
And it's all up again.
Yeah. So I think the end of this month there's gonna be like the court will decide, and everybody's saying, but yeah, you never know. Like, they're gonna win this court case, and then we still go to 18 teams. So I hope so. Then we go up anyway.
Yeah.
But it's a shambles for the teams.
There's so much uncertainty everywhere. I mean, nobody knows what to do. But fairness should win through rather than relegating teams, etc. We should all be helping each other.
That's what I mean. In these times, you need to help each other. You need to look out for each other. I mean, because in the end, the big teams now that look out for themselves, they will lose in the end because of this, I think. So at the moment, try to be stick together. And same in Scotland. I mean, how bad is that for Thistle? I can't understand this. You know what? I understand also, like, for example, Dundee United. I believe they deserve the title. I believe they deserve the title.
Yeah,
But I don't believe Thistle deserves to get relegated. So I don't know what's the best, maybe reconstruction, or they should have waited for decisions and start the league again like other leagues are doing. I don't know.
Yes.
At least then you get an honest chance, you know.
An honest chance is all we want.
Yeah. You don't want. You just want an honest chance. Same as us. I want to play the final, obviously, because I want an honest chance.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Freddie, we'll wrap it up there and let you get back to Valerie and the kids as well, obviously. But thank you on behalf of Donners, Alan Fraser number 7, and Mr. Jag 365 Donald. Freddie, sincere thanks for joining us today. It's been an absolute treat to have you back on. See you looking so well. And as you know, we always follow you. We follow you on social media, Facebook and stuff. So we're keeping up, and we'll be keeping a close eye and texting you to see what happens. And
I'm doing my licenses in Scotland for the trainer course. So maybe one day, I'll be the manager. That would be. That would be.
You heard it here first.
That would be. No, thank you guys for having me. I could tell 100 stories more. I could talk for a few more hours with you guys. So.
Right, we'll see you next week then.
Okay, perfect. No, brilliant. Thanks for all the support, everything. I mean, fantastic.
No, thanks again.
Thanks a lot, Freddie. Absolutely
You're
brilliant.
welcome. Take care, guys.